Okay, this is a video over lessons number 27 and 28. If you have not finished lesson 26, do not watch this video. Go finish those first, and then you can watch this. I will give you a moment to pause in the middle of this video so that you can finish the assignment for lesson number 27, and then pick back up whenever you start lesson 28. So lesson number 27 is over flats, naturals, and sharps. So let's first talk about the symbols and how to draw them. A flat looks like a lowercase b. And if you draw that, that's perfectly fine. A natural, you draw a square, and then you draw a stem going up left and a stem going down on the right. That's how you draw a natural sign. A sharp looks like a hashtag. So if you're on Twitter, you know it's a hashtag. That's a sharp in music. So let's talk about what each of these do. A flat lowers a note by half a step. So if you have a note, let's say right there, in bass clef, that would be an E. But we want to make it flat. So we would write a flat in front of it, and you know that that was an E flat. And that's how you say it. You say it as in the note name, and then the symbol, E flat, or you can actually write out the word flat. On the staff, though, it always goes before the notes. It always goes before the notes. So remember, a flat means lower it by a half step. A natural sign means to take it back to the regular note. So maybe you have an E flat in the song, but then you go and you draw a natural sign in front of it. It's called E natural. Also, every single note that doesn't have a flat or a sharp before it is a natural note in and of itself. It doesn't have to have the sign to be a natural note. The natural sign is only used when you want to cancel out another sign, but we'll get to that in lesson number 28. A natural sign makes it a note. So to write a natural note, you don't actually have to write E natural. While I would accept that, you can also just write it E, because it's just an E. It's not flat or sharp. It's just E. So that's what a natural does to a note. It neutralizes it, makes it just its plain self. A sharp does the opposite of a flat. A sharp raises it half a step. Sharp raises, flat lowers. So let's go down to D. D, and we put the sharp in front of it. Remember, when you're writing it on the music stuff, the sharp always goes in front of it. When you're writing the note name, that'd be a D. You always put it after, or you spell it out. D sharp. D sharp. Or you put it in front of it on the music, after it when you're writing out the note name. And so, between E flat and E natural, if E natural is just E, between E natural and E flat, there would be one half step, because E is just plain and then the flat lowered it. Between D sharp and let's say just regular D natural, the sharp raises it a half step, so there'd only be one half step in between the notes. So the D is a half step above that D natural, that D sharp is a half step above, that E flat is a half step below the E natural. So now I want you to pause this video and complete student assignment for lesson number 27. Okay, now that you've unpaused the video, let's talk about accidentals. Accidentals are sharps and flats and naturals that are in music. So as you can see, let me redraw my lines. We're in 3/4 time. I'm going to draw a little melody right here. Melody right there. Sorry, I'm going to change something. So, this is our melody. Now we're going to add some accidentals to it. So, we're going to add it. No, sorry, that doesn't make sense. We're going to add a sharp to this note. And we're going to add a sharp to this note. And a flat to this note. So, let's talk about how accidentals work in the music. I'm actually going to add a natural right here too. This is a natural. So we have a sharp right here. How accidentals work in the music is the accidental is effective to the end of the measure. So you see where this bar line is where that accidental ends. So you have this C right here. C sharp, because that's the note, because you have accidental. D, but you see there's no sharp in front of the C. But it still is in that measure. So it's still C sharp. It's still before the measure. Now we're in a new measure. That sharp is canceled out. We go to our next note. It's a B, and then our next note is a C again, but we still wanted it sharp, just like in the past measure. So we had to draw a new C sharp. That would be C sharp. But then we go to our next note, new measure, so the C sharp cancels out because it's a new measure. We have a D, but there's a flat in front of it. I drew that wrong. Don't do that on your assignment or you'll count it off. There's a D in there. So that would be D flat. D flat. But then you see, we come to the very last one, and it cancels out because we have a natural. So then we have D natural, and you can just draw that as a D. You don't even have to draw the natural sign. You have C sharp, D flat, but then you see how that one doesn't have a flat before it, but it's in the same measure, so it stays D flat. But then the natural one just goes to D because it has the natural sign that helps cancel it out in front of it. Remember, if you write down a note, if you write down the note name without the symbol behind it, that's the wrong note because they're different notes. So if I would have written this one like here, instead of D, D flat, and then just a D, that would be wrong because you need the flat. D and D flat are a different note. C and C sharp are a different note. B and B flat are a different note. If you don't write the accidental in there, it will be counted wrong. You'll play it wrong. It won't sound good with the music. So make sure when you're writing it in, when you write it, you write the accidental after or the symbol after. And if it's in the music, it's always before the note. So with that, complete assignment number 28. When you're done with assignment 28, mark it complete. Complete assignment number 29. When you're done with 29, listen for this. You need to come find me, and I will get you the final test for Workbook 1. It will be called Lesson 30. You will complete that test for a grade, and once I have graded it, I will give you the packet for Workbook 2, and you'll start work on Workbook 2. So remember, once you finish lesson number 29, go on and finish come to me, go get lesson 30, this final test of this book, complete lesson 30, and then after you've turned that in, I will give you workbook number 2. So congratulations on making it this far. Awesome job.